What's up, guys? Joel VALLIE here from Media Glitch. How you doing today? Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. If we're in your home, if you're watching us on TV, thank you so much. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got an amazing show for you today. We're going to be reviewing Battle for Azeroth, the new expansion for World of Warcraft. We've got another, what is it called? America's Next Indie Devs Got Talent Survival Edition Miami. We've got No Man's Sky, and if we have time, we can do a review of Grab the Bottle. With me on the couch, I've got joining me Dylan, which everyone's familiar with, as well as Thomas, our stage manager, or our producer. Our producer, that's right.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of games, but I play a lot of World of Warcraft.
You do, so. In fact. We actually needed extra people this time to cover us for World of Warcraft this month. So before we get started on the review, though, there is a new thing that's happening right now. It is our comment of the week. So if you've been following us, make sure to leave an awesome comment. This week we've got Perfect Swag HD, most underrated channel on YouTube. Great reviews. You're right, Perfect Swag. You're completely right. So thank you very much for that. Don't forget to be commenting on our videos, and maybe you can get picked for comment of the week. All right, are we ready to do this?
Yes.
Ready.
All right, so Battle for Azeroth. This is the new expansion that came out on what, the 14th of August?
Yeah, yes. So been about 2 weeks now.
So all of us here have been playing World of Warcraft for, barring you, at least 10 years.
Since 2004.
Since 2004.
Beginning of 2004.
Oh gosh. So with the new expansion, what have we got going on here? I guess let's just start out. We've got the pre-story stuff happening. So that would be the pre-expansion stuff. So before you get into the new expansion, you're learning about new aspects of the story. Sylvanas is an evil tyrant. And this is you going through the city of Darnassus as it burns down, which, you know, is a city that we've been to for many years. It's the home, the capital for the Night Elves.
And the Worgen now, too.
Sylvanas there, she'll even blight her own people in order to keep King Anduin from getting Lordaeron back. So this was all pre-expansion stuff. You're kind of watching the story unfold, and it's really, really tragic. You watch some characters come back. Obviously, Sylvanas is, I think, the main person you follow on the Horde side. I don't know. I play Alliance. We all play Alliance.
Yeah, we play the heroic faction.
That's right. We play the good guys. So you've got her coming out with the Scourge, and then out of nowhere, we've got Jaina making a comeback, and
this was so cool.
Pretty fantastic.
This was awesome.
These are some of the best cinematics I've seen so far. I love the way they tell the story, and even though she looks a little too much like Elsa from Frozen,
yeah, go Jaina.
She does come and stop the Horde in its tracks. Oh, she's so cool. So, actually makes me like Frost Mages.
No, you don't.
I know. So, this is all of the pre-expansion stuff. This is everything that's happening in World of Warcraft before you even get into it. So, obviously, Anduin here is losing Lordaeron. She just drenches the whole place in plague. That's that.
It's the escalation leading up to, you know, the conflict between the Alliance and Horde.
Exactly. And so the whole point here is you've got, they're making a comeback. In the last expansion, what was last expansion? We kind of had Horde and Alliance working together to an extent against the Legion.
Right. Yeah, it's supposed to be more, it seems like they do that where you have a cooperative expansion, then you have one where they focus on how the Horde and Alliance fight each other. So they seem to go back and forth.
Right. And so for this expansion, it's nice because we're focusing back to PvP. That's what I'm hoping for anyway.
Yes.
So I shed a little tear at the burning of the World Tree.
It was really sad, honestly, seeing it take place, and man, I hate Sylvanas. I hate her.
It's because she's evil.
That's a good reason.
Yeah. So let's talk about the new expansion. So here's the new story. We have got oh gosh, I can't remember her name.
I don't know the name.
She's like a
Zandalari princess.
Yeah, exactly. The Zandalari princess who has these incredible powers to call, I don't know, primal.
Oh, the Lua.
The
I
Lua.
believe. Yeah, they're like the primal animal spirits.
Are they?
Yeah, she's really cool. Like, she's a cool character so far.
Oh no, she's super neat. So she's kind of a new force to be reckoned with for the Horde side, which is terrible for us. So She actually gets broken out of the Stormwind Stockades, I believe, yeah?
No.
She does no. She's basically on the island Garrosh.
Oh, who gets
Or not
broken out of
Garrosh, sorry.
Stockades?
Sarfang.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sarfang's the one that gets broken out, supposedly on the stories. I haven't read the book part of it yet, but
that's right.
I think that's where it's supposed to be. Because you watch us capture Sarfang, but I don't know what happens after that.
Meanwhile, on the Alliance side, Jaina, because the Horde are becoming more powerful and obviously have gone super psycho, Jaina goes to Kultiris in order to seek their aid. And here you've got some of the most, oh gosh, such impressive cinematics.
Yeah,
Right,
Kultiris
just
is really cool.
the acting and the facial expression in these cinematics really helps to convey the story.
They do a
But
good job.
I guess both sides are really, what they're doing here is they're going to seek the aid to kind of join the war. So Jaina's heading to the Kultiris island to recruit the Kultirians into the Alliance side, and Horde heads over to Zandalar.
To recruit
seek
the
out-
Zandalari tribes who are
Exactly.
there. So the war is obviously escalating. Kultiris is just a hot mess. Poor Jaina, she gets there and is like immediately arrested for treason, so they need to, and it's kind of funny because when you get into the world, they arrest you too, so.
Well, yeah. Well, it kind of makes sense though, because in the story leading up to World of Warcraft is her father was the big anti-horde warmonger guy, and she really was the one striving for peace. And so even while he was fighting and was getting killed, she stood by and was trying to be very pacifistic about it. And so that happening is why her people look at her as a traitor. And so it kind of makes sense that over the last few expansions, especially with Garrosh and then building up into Sylvanas and stuff, that she's become basically her father. She's the warmonger now, and she's the one who just wants to eradicate the Horde. And so it's kind of this, her daughter, like, finally following into her father's shoes. It's kind of it definitely makes sense to have us go back to Kultiris for the ultimate Horde versus Alliance. So.
That is true. No, she's gotten an interesting arc. I was really worried about her going full Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know that she still won't, but so far I've been enjoying the direction. I've been enjoying the way they've been taking the story. I've only gotten to like level 118 so far. So I know you've maxed out.
Yeah,
I
close.
haven't.
Yeah, I guess I'm the only person
I had a week to
sitting
do
here
this
with
review.
a max level character right now.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the actual new things too about this expansion is not only the escalation of Horde versus Alliance and getting to Kultiris and Zandalar, but also the addition of allied races. So let's take a look a little bit at the allied races. You've got, these are the Alliance side. So you now have the option for the Void Elf, which has these sorts of the benefits that are listed there. I can't read them from here. And I had them memorized this morning, but obviously not anymore. So you've got the Void Elves, you've got the Light Forged Draenei, and one that I'm actually pretty excited about is the next one too. Although I always liked the Draenei.
I love the look of the Light Forged Draenei. They just seem awesome.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I play Draenei, so it's a
And
natural.
then you've got the Dark Iron Dwarves. So
These are something I was excited about too.
I know, I'm happy to see them make a comeback. That'll be really cool. So you have 3 new playable races. Now, I'm a little mad at Blizzard because these allied races do require you to have exalted reputations before you can unlock them.
Yeah, even if you're just getting if you're starting the game in this expansion, you still have to go back to the last one to get the reputation.
Right.
Exactly. So for Horde, to get the Shaldorai, the new trolls, and whatever the other one
upright
And
trolls.
they're the Tauren with the
the
moose horns.
Tauren with the moose horns.
Yeah.
Like, they already have their reputation all
Yeah.
grounded up from like the last expansion. Alliance have to start from the last
Yeah.
minute, get all the reputation grounded up, and then they can get their new characters. So
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that. I found that very pointed. So
Well, it's one of the major things they did with the allied races, though, is unlike when they introduced like the Worgen or goblins or things like that, these are mostly just reskins, right?
Yeah.
And so if you liked the Blood Elves and in the Horde, but you want to play Alliance, well, a Void Elf is almost the same thing. It's the model is pretty much identical. It's a reskin. Same with like if you like Night Elves, well then you go and you play the Nightborn
Right.
from the last expansion, and the
So-
Tauren just have different horns, but other than that, they're Tauren. Like
yeah, so it's just a way of getting new aesthetics into into the game to
Yeah.
play the races that you all won. If you liked something the Alliance had, now you basically have it. So whatever.
And there's more to come too. They haven't fully released all the Allied races. So.
Yeah, well, I think with the reskinning, it kind of opens up a lot.
Right.
And so I think the ideas are going to keep announcing new ones every major patch or whatever, so you
Right.
can keep gathering more and more. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool.
They kind of somewhat confirmed that there would be the Cultirians would be an alternate race you could play for the humans.
I hope so.
Because that would be kind of neat.
I think so. They went through a lot of effort to make these new models. You can probably see from some of the cutscenes the Cultirian people are a different type of human. They're a little broader, we'll say. And so I can definitely see them being added as a new allied race going forward. This game retails for $49.99, I think, for this expansion. And unless you have the special edition, which I believe is $59.99, and it came with a different mount.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I can't remember what else.
And the little turtle.
Oh, little
Yeah.
turtle. And there was like a physical item.
The mount's actually really cool.
Yeah.
It's like it's a horse, but on the back of it hangs this little lantern
Yeah.
that kind of swings around as you run. So
It's like a Cultiris
Yes.
war horse. I think for
so
Horde you get another one too, but I honestly couldn't tell you what that is.
yeah.
All the horses. So, yeah. So, with that being there.
Well, also it's
yeah.
worth noting, I think all the other expansions have always been 60. And so this is the first one that did the 50, I think.
I can't recall.
Yeah. I just don't
For some reason,
remember.
I
I
wanna
want to
say that.
say
Maybe
it
I'm
was,
off.
it was right around that point. I mean, it generally is going to be like a $50 to $60 investment whenever you're getting the next expansion. So, and that's been coming out every, what, 2 years?
Right.
Yeah, roughly, yeah.
Roughly every 2 years. So it's not a huge investment. Obviously, it's still $15 a month to maintain the subscription, but when you...
One thing that's nice though is that now with the addition of the game, with World of Warcraft in general being this huge game that's had all these expansions going back and forth through time, they've now just said as long as you pay the subscription, you get everything except for Legion. So if you're just coming in, don't worry about having to pick up every expansion along
Oh,
the
wait,
way.
do you get Legion as well, and you get everything except for Battle for Azeroth?
You get everything except for Battle for Azeroth.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry. So everything leading up to Battle for Azeroth you can get included along in your subscription to the game, so you can jump kind of right in.
All right, well, on that note, we're going to have to hop to a commercial break, but when we get back, we were going to discuss a little bit more gameplay, so stick around, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Welcome back from that commercial break. Hope you enjoyed our lovely sponsors. We're still talking about Battle for Azeroth. So, gentlemen, we have some really cool stuff for this expansion, and one of my favorite things about it are the new environments. So let's look at these new environments. I fell completely in love with Kultiris. Their art style, it's kind of steampunk, but there's this nautical theme. Here's some of the flight points. Oh, the boats and the lighting.
This
and
is
the
my
colors.
new favorite city.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I'd say this is like #1 on my favorite city in the game right now.
Well, first of all, it's a fairly large city. You
Right.
actually, I don't even think I've been to all the points inside Borealis. Have you?
No, in fact, I
haven't either.
just went and picked up the 3rd flight point within the city.
Yeah.
Like earlier, maybe it was last night. But yeah, it's...
Here's some of the flyovers of some of the other environments. I think this was when I was flying to Drustvar, which is also my favorite zone. It reminds me of an expansion of Darkshire, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's...
Just kind of dark and
the beginning of it feels like
neat.
Sleepy Hollow.
There's just like some weird stuff here too.
Oh, yeah.
Like
That's
the weird
the
moose,
Miyazaki,
the spirit of the
elk.
forest you randomly run into, and then just some general environment stuff.
yeah. Speaking of that, there's a ton of new crazy creatures and things in this new expansion that I've really been enjoying. I don't know if you've been out to the Horde Island where those little like bugs are. They're super creepy.
There's
Oh,
some
those
weird
little
things
things
with
with the 2
ears.
legs and the tusks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like weird little
I did want to
mammals.
point out some of the additional details they've also added. There's a lot more like scroll work. I mean, here I found this desk with an inkwell and all this random stuff, and somebody's grocery list on the wall. And I love the new things that the characters are doing. So this is
Right.
Yeah, the new
that's
animations.
Flynn Fairwind, I believe. They have characters just leaning up against the walls. They've got people sitting in sort of a more slouched,
Oh, yeah.
less classy position, let's say. And it feels so much more lived in. It feels like they really made a lived in world. I don't know
Yeah.
what the Horde stuff looks
Yeah, the
like, but
cities are just-
Kultiris and Borealis is amazing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the cities are just really busy with people like transporting things to and from, fishing off the docks, There's ferrymen out there on the boats, you know, with oars. Just
Right, I forgot about the ferrymen,
Yeah, they have like little ferry. There's 3 flight points and like 2 boats that get you around that city.
Right.
That's the size of the city. It's huge.
It is huge. And those people on the ferry boats, like, move it. They are fast.
They're super fast.
So I really enjoyed it, like getting into the environment, and you meet Talia, who's sort of your tour guide in the beginning, and we have some theories about who she might be.
Yeah. I don't know if they tell it by the end. I swear she's going to be like Bolvar 4 Dragon's daughter.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of what I think.
That'll be neat.
Throwback to some Lich King era.
And Vanilla era.
And Vanilla era. Wow. There you go. So I don't know, the environments, I found it totally worth the price of admission just to see the new environments and to wander around in there. It really, really was immersive, and I like the steampunk elements of World of Warcraft a lot of times because I'm a fan of the Iron Kingdoms, as you may know, and just seeing that in a real life world kind of captures the imagination and makes me want to just exist in that world and run around. I totally had that happen to me when I played Ocarina of Time way back when.
One thing I really enjoyed coming out of Legion was just the difference between the 2 expansions, where we were coming from all these crazy, strange purples and greens, and there's fel everywhere, and corruption, and everything just looks super, super insane over on the Legion side of content. It's
almost like alien. Well, I mean, Argus is an alien planet, but even the whole expansion, everything looks like you're on a weird alien planet, and so the colors are all off and everything.
Yeah,
where you come into this, and it's more like medieval fantasy.
You come to Battle of Azeroth, and everything's more earth tones. You have medieval fantasy, steampunk.
Haunted forest.
Haunted forest, yeah. It's just, the environments are really well done, really crafted very soundly.
It's so beautiful. And it's not even just the environments on the outside, obviously. There are some all-new dungeons. Here's a little bit of what we this is my warrior kind of running around like a crazy person in here, but I believe this is in Waycrest Manor, which is one of the most awesome looking dungeons. It's just a straight up mansion.
Yeah, spooky haunted mansion.
Yeah, spooky haunted mansion.
Is that one of the bosses?
Yeah, that's one of the bosses in Waycrest Manor. And then this is one of the weird bosses. There's like 3 of them, and they're witches, and you have to rotate your damage around between them. This was after the fact. I could kind of catch some footage of what the actual dungeons inside look like. Or what,
if you want to look at the dungeons, you have to wait till you've cleared it.
Yeah, you have to wait for the group to go away.
Everybody blitzes through it like madmen, and then you can wander around
and then you can actually enjoy
stuff.
the dungeon and hear the music and look at it. And then this is the storm-themed dungeon.
I can't remember the name of it, but it's the Tide Priests.
Yeah,
it's the one that they do.
The one out of the Stormsong Valley.
Exactly, it's part of Stormsong Valley's storyline. We'll say that they're kind of doing the same thing that we saw in Warlords and Legion, where you have to go through 800,050 quests in order to be able to unlock things at the end. But the fights themselves have gotten a little bit more interesting. I don't have it in this footage, but Thomas, I know you mentioned that there was a boss where you actually heal.
Oh yeah, what are those guys called? The little Cobra men, the Sethraki? Sethraki?
They're Sethraki.
But the last boss on that is one where, as a healer, you spend all your time actually healing this guy who's floating up, as a sacrifice, and the rest of the group is just running around trying to stop people from hurting him while you heal him. And once you heal him up to full, then he'll jump down, and then and he gives you a crazy buff where you just run around clearing everyone out.
Pretty sure
but it's kind of a different. I kind of like it's a different encounter than others. But I always play healer, so it's one where it's a more healing focused.
The design on the dungeons, I believe, is really well done. I'm enjoying kind of the flow of them and how they're laid out. At least the dungeons that I've done have.
The manor, Waycrest Manor.
Waycrest Manor.
The thing I didn't realize until I'd gone through it a few times is that it's this full manor, and there's these doorways and doors and stuff. But every time you queue for it and go in, there's different doors that are unlocked. So you have to go through it a different way every time. And I didn't realize it right off until it's like my 3rd or 4th time, and I was like, no, you can't go up there. That's closed. Oh, well, that's open now. Okay, so you keep going, so it's kind of a neat one where there's no set way through it. It's always different, so you always have to be looking around.
No, I think that's definitely a nice touch. Plus, just the aesthetic in general, I found very appealing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a spooky haunted mansion.
Spooky haunted mansion, yeah.
How could you mess that up?
And you've been in a couple of new dungeons since then. I know you mentioned the healer one.
Yeah, well, whenever you hit max level, whenever you hit 120, I believe it's 4 more of them open up for you. There's one that I've just been doing randoms, and there's one that hasn't opened up for me, or that I haven't ended up in yet. But there's a few different ones. The troll one, it's always hard for me to remember the names of them, but it's the troll one that I've gone in. There's one called, I think this one's called Motherload, and that one's rough. It felt really grindy. And then I'm trying to remember what the third one was. We've been blitzing through the content, so there's a lot of new dungeons, and they're all very, very sort of diverse. And so
we did also run into an interesting problem, or dynamic, we'll say. As you level up, you get weaker. So there's a problem, and that existed in kind of the last game too. They've been doing the level scaling, so no matter what zone you're in, every mob that you fight will be your level. Now they're doing eye level scaling?
Well, so there's a little bit of a difference too, and they're supposed to do eye level scaling, but I'm not sure how they're doing it, because once you go in, and it's the nature of raiding, where you get to the end of, you level up in an expansion, and then over the course of the next 2 years they release tiers of raids, and so every time you do another one, the I don't know what you call it, like power level. They call it eye level in game of your gear kind of incrementally slightly goes up and up and up, and it's called mudflation. So that by the time you get to the end of an expansion, you're just way too powerful for your level, because you have all the super gear. And so when you go into the next expansion, well, the people who were raiding or were, basically who had really been pushing content, well, you blitz through the first part of the game with your powerful gear. And then, you start replacing your gear slowly. Instead of like epics and legendaries, now you have greens again, which are not super powerful. But the problem is that when they introduce the new mob scaling, like, you get out of it and you're 110 starting this expansion. Well, all the mobs around you are 110. Okay, well, you leveled to 111. Now they're 111. Okay, you go to level 112. Now they're 112. The problem is that your gear isn't as powerful for a 111. And it's less powerful for 112, and now less powerful for 113. Right. So it kind of has the opposite effect. You gain 10 levels, and by the end of it, you feel way weaker than when you started. And so it feels almost like completely counterintuitive to somebody who's leveling up and getting stronger. Right. You're actually leveling up and getting weaker. Right, and you feel it too.
And you feel it.
It feels like there's some growth in that sense for Blizzard to hopefully make some changes. And get that fixed.
Well, now you were talking about the eye level scaling of mobs. You said there's already been a couple of glitches with rings and trinkets.
There's some people doing some things that are unintended to make the game.
It's a creative use of game mechanics.
Game mechanics.
You can tell somebody lives on the forums. Yeah. The other thing that we should definitely mention, because it's Battle for Azeroth, are the PvP changes.
Right.
So obviously we've got some new dungeons or not new dungeons, but new PvP environments.
Well, there's one new battleground that they introduced.
Right.
Seething Shore.
But this place here, this was one of the invasion points.
Oh, yeah. Right. So Kultiris, where you have the science level up, that during the horde zones of
which are beautiful. I mean, really cool. This was Azerite, I believe, where you actually have to pick up all the Azerite in a hurry. No, sorry, this is the battleground. This is the Seething Shore battleground.
Yeah, this is Seething
Shore. One I felt really good about because I wasn't full level, and so I guess
you just dominated
the game just gave me some crazy buffs, and so I had like top damage. It was my best battleground ever, so of course I had to put the score in there. I don't care that we lost. Anyway.
Oh, who's top damage there?
I don't know.
Top 2 damage, actually.
And I'm second.
Here's the actual Azerite collection, though. So you actually have different campaign maps, I guess, that you follow. Flynn Fairwind will send you on these missions to go collect Azerite, because it's a battle of resources as well. You use Azerite to fuel cannons and weapons of war and whatnot, and you fight these hideous creatures.
This is the island expedition, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So what's really neat about these is what they have implemented is you load up onto this island against the horde.
Now we're not at this one. This is against the computer.
So for those people who don't like PvP, you can always load this up as kind of like an instance against some NPCs, but you could do this head-to-head against real people.
Now it's worth saying that the reason we didn't do Horde was because you guys weren't max level yet.
Right.
So you can't fight against Horde until everyone's max level.
Right. But you'll load up on these islands and they'll randomize. So each time you load onto the island, you're going to have different new, but all sorts of crazy creatures, Azerites on these islands, and it's a race to try and complete it.
Race for resources. So the PvP changes are that they do the 3v3 environments. We've kind of Probably got to wrap this up here, but you enjoying Battle for Azeroth so far?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun from what I've seen so far. The nature of an MMO is it's usually a month before you know if the whole thing's good or not, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a wait and see what happens. But I think it's nice getting into the expansion early as well, because there's a lot to do with the exploration. You have the energy to do these quests, because the storylines are actually really interesting.
That's worth mentioning. We've had a lot of anticipation, because the three of us were at BlizzCon last year when they announced it.
Yes.
Right.
And so we'd been kind of looking forward to this expansion for a while, so
Well,
I got to see a lot
for
of the cool stuff leading up.
I'm certainly enjoying myself. I'm having a good time.
Awesome. So that is our brief review for Battle of Azeroth. Maybe slightly biased toward the Alliance side, but you know, we're the good guys, so that's just the way it goes sometimes.
No longer morally ambiguous, now just apparently good guys.
Until
with
you
this
ask
current story.
Sylvanas, sorry, Horde, like you are the bad guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, let me know what you think of this game in the comments below. Are you Horde, Alliance? Just tell me if you're Alliance, really. And yeah, don't
And
forget
if you're
to like.
Horde, leave horrible comments.
That's right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow us on Twitter and Twitch and all those good things. We'll see you after this break.
What's up, guys? Joel VALLIE here, back, man. Oh, feels good. You know, thank you, Miranda, who came in and hosted. I was stuck in traffic, you know. Seat's a little warm. I don't know what she was doing, boys. You guys get that? You know that? You see that egg smell?
You just saw my.
What's going? What was she?
Hatching eggs.
Making some strange faces.
Right.
You know,
was she?
No, me.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I was just trying to hold it back.
Hold it in, yeah,
but-
dude. I'm sorry, bro. It's cool. I'm back. We don't have to worry about it. No, in all seriousness, thank you, Miranda, for hosting those segments. I don't know nothing about World of Warcraft. Nothing. It's true. It's true. But she does. You guys do. You guys did a great job. It was great to see it from the other side, man. You know?
Yeah.
And just like see Miranda up here, Donkey Kong. Look at Donkey Kong. He looks so. This is like a sexy pose, huh?
Yeah.
It was pretty sexy.
Look at that, man. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track, huh? I'm getting off track.
Keeping Donkey Kong sex poses are always relevant.
Yes.
Sexy poses, sorry.
I don't know. Is that sexy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. He's got like that. Paint me like one of your French
Right,
girls.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he just gets out of the shower and he's like
posing.
flicking it back and
He's got a little
Yeah.
lipstick on his hand.
He does. He has
Yeah,
something up there. I
exactly.
don't know. So America's Next Indie Devs Got Talent Idol Survival Edition Miami. Maybe you've heard of that segment.
I have.
That's what we're here to do today. That's where we, if you don't know, we take several indie games, we look at them. You guys have like 3 minutes or so to pitch it to me. I pick the best one. I want to know in the comment section which one do you guys think is the best, because we get so many games sent to us. It's insane, and we can't do them all. So this is our way of like getting some of those games out there. And I pick the best one, and then we mention it again. We give it a little bit of props. Speaking of indie games, okay, before we get into this, I got this thing here. It's called Champions of the Galaxy. And this is a Tom Filsinger. It's like a card game. Okay.
Oh, neat.
Yes. And here's the thing. You're like, why am I bringing this up? It has nothing to do with video games. Because I was able to meet Tom, and I really enjoyed what he had to say about this game. This game's 30 years old, man, or something crazy. I don't know how old it is. It's really old.
Oh, okay.
It's really old.
That's
And
a long
every year
time.
he adds on. And we're going to have him on the show.
So it's like the Magic the Gathering of
Exactly.
What, wrestling?
This, yeah,
card
exactly,
games?
of wrestling.
I'm into
So
that.
he's going to be on the show early next year. We're looking at about January. And I just want to give you guys a little heads up there that we're doing that.
That's
So,
exciting.
you got a game?
I do.
You want to pitch it?
Sure. Yeah. All right. So
Pitch that bad boy.
Let's take a look at the Z-axis continuum. It's made by Laser Pants Studios. It's $9.99 on Steam.
Oh,
This
whoa,
is
what the heck?
This is a puzzle game
Oh,
where
dude, that's crazy.
you rotate the world to solve these different puzzles. You got switches, you got portals, you got this little guy on the screen, and the goal of it is to try and get to that white dot there down at the bottom. That's the end goal.
Oh, okay.
At the end of
That's
every
simple.
level.
Right.
One thing I found interesting about this game in particular, there's a little bug there.
Oh, no,
A
what?
little media glitch.
Is it not? Even though we're Media Glitch, we don't like them.
That looks. Oh, there we go. I'm good. I made it in the box. Yeah, we're fine.
Because it's a physics game then in the end, right?
Yeah, so the physics are a little wonky every
Okay.
once in a while, and you clip through a 4. But it's interesting that the game's called the Z-axis continuum, but you're only in the X and the Y.
What's up with that?
There's no Z. There's no
The Z
3D.
is what goes back and forth 3D, right? So
maybe I don't know. I didn't beat the game. It's really hard. Lots of puzzles, difficult.
well,
No
if
Z.
anyone knows the answer to why it's called the Z-axis, please let us know in the comment section below. So look at the fire behind me. Joel goes to hell.
Scary.
All right, sorry. Man, I'm so distracted today.
It's okay.
Okay, this is where in the comment section people go, have you ever seen these comments? Is he drunk? Have you ever seen those comments? Is he drunk? I've been clean for 18 years, kids. Okay, I'm not drunk. I'm just silly all the time. I don't know.
It's true.
Forgive me for being happy, a happy YouTuber. They're rare. Okay, so, John, you got a game that's better than his? Because if not, you're getting out of here.
I think so, actually.
Let me see.
I think so. Okay, so my game is called State of Anarchy, and it's by Sometimes You, and it's $7.99.
Or sometimes me.
Sometimes You.
Okay.
Cheaper than my game.
So it's a little bit cheaper, but also this game's a lot of fun. So go ahead and
This is Nintendo Switch?
Start off with for the Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
It looks kind of like a Grand Theft Auto classic style game. Okay.
It's like lions farting
And
following
so-
you. What
You
is
get
that?
XP for running somebody over.
You actually do. Basically, everything that's not you is something you want to kill. And this game is literally just like a little arcadey kind of kill everything. You can shoot them. You can drive around in cars.
There's a farting lion again.
It's kind of like a two-stick shooter. There's a lot of farting in this game.
You say a toot stick shooter.
A two-stick.
It's Miranda.
A two-stick shooter.
It's Miranda farting.
It's Miranda actually is the main character, and she's driving around farting, killing things. The fact that we got this game at all was really incredible. They did us a huge service. It doesn't look like
We
her.
derailed his review.
I'm dying over here.
But the game itself is actually pretty fun. It's fairly basic. There's not a whole lot to the control. Next up, I actually want to show you, on top of the driving around like the main game, you drive around the world and you go inside a bank and then you kill a boss and then you get an upgrade. And as you're killing these things, you're not only getting experience, you're getting money sometimes, and use it to upgrade weapons, use it to make yourself, if you want to get stronger or you want more range on your weapon or a better rate of fire. But the formula is interesting because it's really
Making it rain.
You kill this guy on top of the teller's desk, I guess, and then you go get his gun, and then you upgrade your gun based off of that.
Are you a good guy or a bad guy in this?
I can't really tell because it's called State of Anarchy. I feel like, you're chaotic.
You're just taking
neutral.
care of yourself, right?
You might be the bad guy, and maybe you're just killing a bunch of
You
really
just killed
good,
the boss of the
innocent,
bank.
wonderful people.
This dude at Bank of America.
I'm not sure
just
if he's
doing
like the
his
head
job.
banker or not, or if he's the guy who took over the bank, or he just went to take out a loan and got stuck up there, and you're just. It's very messy plot-wise. I don't
Either
really.
way, that cash wasn't yours.
Correct. It
all I'm
did not
saying.
belong to you, but you took it anyway. And finally, actually, it gets more exciting because you're not just killing banks and or bank tellers or bank loan people, or you go to space and you're fighting aliens and they're dropping money.
They kind of look like a Metroid, huh? Is that Grimace from McDonald's?
That's him.
Okay.
Yeah, this is an anti-McDonald's campaign, kind of like when they did Pepsi Fighters with Coca-Cola. But it's, for what it's worth, I like twin stick shooters. Not toot stick. I don't know what you thought I said, but it's not a fart themed game, but it was fun. It was a fun game. I did enjoy it. It's arcadey. It's level to level. There's not a lot to it, but for $8, it's fun. It was a good time.
And
The music is good.
And it's portable.
And it's portable. I played it mostly in
only
bed.
on,
Did you play this in bed?
I'm pretty sure it's only on Steam. No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That was easy victory.
It kind of reminds me, the first part reminds me of my kid. If I was like, son, draw me Grand Theft Auto.
Kind of, yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
On a white piece of paper with a blue crayon, and that's it.
Yeah, that's all you get. Show me what you got.
Sure.
You know, Miranda farting and all these like
all
things
the sound
happening.
effects are also done with the mouth as well. Every last thing, from cars driving to bullet shooting, it's like, and like just all manual sound effects.
So sorry, Dylan, you got to get out of here. I'm not feeling your game.
That's fine.
That's right.
See you guys.
We're actually short one game.
7 out of 10.
Speaking of farting, Ashley is not here.
Speaking of farting,
That's not even a good segue because that has nothing to do with it.
I think it's a good
Ashley's sick. She's sick right now or something. She couldn't make it in. So
got the
we're
fart
short
zero.
one indie game.
Right.
But
We have another short person here.
you got a short person. Megan, You got a game for us?
I do.
Is it good? You're not selling, you're not. Yeah,
great.
John, you win. John, you win. Jeez.
It's a great game.
Okay, let's see what you got, man.
All right, so I got a game called Deathfungeon by Ritual Games.
What's a fungeon? Is that like the Funyuns that comes in the pack? Is that
Like
what
we were discussing this earlier. We were like,
The heck's a fungeon?
it might sound really horrible as a death fungeon, but a fungeon, I guess sounds a little bit better. It's
What's the definition of fungeon?
a fun.
Are we gonna make commercial break? Am I just like totally like, I don't even know where I'm at in time.
All right. Well, Deathfungeon is put out by Ritual Games, and the
I
publishers.
feel like you're swearing at me when you say that. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And Grab the Games, and it's a puzzle game, but not really. No. So you play as this little girl. There's no backstory. I don't really know why you're in a dungeon at all.
Fungeon.
A fungeon. My bad. A fungeon.
Okay.
And,
Oh, I get it.
you get it. You got it.
Fun and dungeon.
That's right, or fungus.
But the
They are
thing about
fungus.
this game is
It looks a little choppy. Or is that the asset?
It shouldn't be the asset.
Okay, so that's not the asset.
That's just us. But it's
We're having some problems, I think, with our TriCaster, but keep going.
It's a
This asset's
stealth.
going to be 2 hours long. It's running at 4 frames per second. Okay.
2 hours later, but it's a stealth puzzle platformer.
Okay.
You're supposed to go around these guards, and they turn. They might walk back and forth. They'll actually get aggroed if they see you, and they'll alert all the others to your location. Or if they hear too many noises, they'll start looking harder.
Okay.
So you can go past them. You can kind of move around them on the map. You can hide in cauldrons. And during all of this, each level, I don't want to say like each map, there we go, has a different element to it. So the first map, you're just going to be kind of learning the basics, jumping from one place to another, bouncing on them, just trying to get around them. The second map adds trampolines and breaking blocks and so forth, and so on. By like the third or fourth map, you've got like spinning chainsaws, you've got trampolines, you've got guards who are constantly aggroed. I mean, it consistently adds new things to each map. The problem that I had with this game specifically was it's not really a puzzle game. There wasn't like multiple ways around the map. You had one very clear way to go, and it was more timing than anything. I mean, the timing on this game was very tight, and sometimes when you're doing the wall jump, you'll get halfway up the wall and she won't jump anymore. She'll just fall down. So you had to, it felt like jumping and hitting those platforms was really difficult to hit, just because when you have something so precise, the controls aren't working correctly, it really felt like it was penalizing me as a game player. And then the music was just absolutely.
I feel like you're getting like really deep.
I know.
Like you got all.
Well, I'm sitting here like.
Let me tell you about
the
the controls, man. It's just.
Well, I mean, with the puzzle platformer.
Elaborate more.
The A button was really sticky, and then the.
You're joking. I was like,
But-
man, she's really passionate about this.
Well, when it's
really-
like the biggest core of your game, I mean,
Right.
you really have to make sure that it works and it's not going to feel frustrating for your player. And then the last thing that kind of got on my nerves, but I just turned it off, was the music only had 2 bars. So you would hear some really intense music, and then you would hear that one intense part of the music over and over and over and over and over again throughout the
And you were
entire
done
game.
with it.
And I was done. By like the second part of the map.
Music
it was
is
done.
key, dude.
Especially in a
Key
stealth game.
in a
It
video
wasn't-
game.
It wasn't really stealthy music. But there is like one really great upside to this game.
What's that?
It's only $1.80.
Ah, okay.
And there's
What do you want for $1.80? You want music? You ain't getting it.
you can just throw some other music on top of it. But there's tons of levels, there's quite a few maps, and for $1.80, honestly, I was like, that's not bad.
Was that Steam or Switch?
This was on Steam.
Okay.
So I did like it after a while once I really started getting used to the controls, but it was by map 3 by the time I got down getting the
Right.
precise timing.
But the music never changes.
Honestly,
But
though,
the
in a
music
world
doesn't
where
change.
you can play Fortnite for free, in a world where you can play all these free games, why would you spend $1.90? Get off my sofa. And it's not even a sofa, it's a chair.
Bye, sofa.
I'm sorry, your game, you didn't sell. I mean, you were honest. You were honest. Thank you, I appreciate that. But hey, guys, I'm sorry that, I mean, obviously Sesame Street Grand Theft Auto is winning this bad boy today.
one.
So congratulations, sir.
Thank you,
get to
you're way
win.
over here. Yeah.
Yeah, you win. So bump that game one more time for everyone so they know
Yeah.
what game won.
State of Anarchy, picked it up for the Switch. It's also on Steam. It's like $8, and it's a great pick up and play. Nearly 50 levels of gameplay, and it's simple and fun. And if you don't have a lot of time to play games, just pop on, play a level or
It's
two.
the one you play on the pooper.
This is definitely a toilet game.
A pooper game.
If that's a good quality.
Awesome, awesome. Well, we got to cut to commercial break, and so guys, did you agree with my decision? I had to cut some people. Do you agree that his game was the winner? Let us know in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now, and don't forget to like this video. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back right after this. What's up, guys? Joel VALLIE here, and we are back after that commercial break. And I'm going to date myself right now, what I'm about to say, but there's a song. You guys remember the song, John? You guys in the crowd? Is it like Promises, Promises? Well, you know what I'm talking about? Who sings that? Like Megan doesn't. Oh, I'm too young. Yeah, whatever. You know, I think of this song when I think about this next game, because I can't think of a game that mucked something up so bad as this game did. All the promises that were made and weren't delivered when the game initially came out. But all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like, hey, we're back. We're updating the game. It's free. Like, if you bought it, if you own it, this update, and it's gonna fix all those problems. And I'm talking about No Man's Sky. And with me on the share today is my man, Michael Brown, the baddest guy in the whole town.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that.
At least the
trillion
second baddest.
times, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you were like, let's do a segment on No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's out, it's new.
Yep.
Kinda.
Kind of.
Did they deliver on the promises this time around? Or am I
It's,
spoiling your review?
You're not spoiling anything. We'll get into it.
Okay.
It's better for sure. I think it still has a ways to go personally, but it's better. But yeah, so anybody unfamiliar with it, it was a title made by Hello Games. Came out, it promised interplanetary exploration basically. And it was supposed to have incredibly diverse worlds, and it wasn't. It was awesome for about the first 4 hours, and then it was really, really boring. But you know, I got some footage with me, and I think we should take a look at it. The new update is called No Man's Sky Next. So basically, you load into the game, and the very first thing you notice is, first of all, I was playing on an Xbox One X, and it's got 4K resolution,
Nice.
so everything looks sharper. But the big first adjustment is a third-person camera mode.
Interesting.
Yep, and in the original, it was first-person only. And the reason that I feel like the third person is so important is that this is supposed to be a game about you exploring space, feeling alone. It's called No Man's Sky.
Right.
But you never got a sense of like connection to your character in the previous game because
And
everything
you don't
was
feel that alone.
right. Yeah,
Like Dead Space.
exactly. Exactly. That's a really good way to put it. One of the coolest new features that they added was this ability to actually change your character too.
That's great.
Yeah, now
is-
that there's a third-person
nice.
view, you can play as a bunch of different factions in the game, like the Gek and the Vikings. There's a ton of different options. You can change the way your head looks, the marks on your body. You can literally look like WALLIE or, you know, some
that's
crazy,
nice.
yeah, or some crazy, you know, space traveler from, you know, your imagination, I guess. I don't know. The designs are crazy, but the possibilities are endless. You get to alter the colors of your armor, the colors of your skin, your eyes, everything, your boots. Gives you a ton of customization, and it really lets you create the character that you want to play as.
There's a lot of options there.
It is a lot of
In my
options.
ear, my stage manager has told me that it was Naked Eyes who sang "Promises, Promises." I'm just going to put that out there because there's people like me.
Yeah.
You ever watch a movie and they show something and they never get back to it, and the whole movie you ruin the whole movie because you're not watching it because you're thinking
about the other thing.
Well, what happened to that $5 bill? You know. Anyway,
No, we're ultimately
is our assets messing up again?
It is definitely
Okay.
stuttering. I don't recall it doing that in the game, but it may. Actually, no, it is. It was every time I updated the character model, it took a second for everything to
Okay.
kind of kick in.
So, what else are you going to show me besides all these pretty costumes?
It's gonna.
You going to show me some actual gameplay here today?
Yeah, I am. I promise. But no. Oh man, now I didn't get to tell you what I was going to tell you. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. These parts of the assets, what I wanted to show you is exactly what you're asking for. As you can see, if you played the original No Man's Sky, this is only the second planet that I landed on, and already it's like infinitely more interesting than any of the planets that I landed on in the original game.
I would agree.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the asset
It
is
is.
messing
It
up
is
a little bit.
stuttering, but we're going to fix that before we upload it to YouTube.
But
TV, you're screwed.
Here's another example. So, you know, this, like I said, this was the second planet. The new quest system in the game, well, there's a quest system in the original game, but in the new game, it really wants you to like colonize now, which was supposed to be something that was promised in the original game. So now, when I landed on the second planet, I
Found an alien to mate with?
no.
Okay.
No.
I was like, how do you...
You're able to claim it as your own,
okay.
and then build a base from there.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That'd have been cooler though, right?
It would have been cooler.
Yeah, dude. Get some like Kurt Star Trek alien love going on, dude.
That would be cool.
Okay.
So because we're stuck with 10 minutes, I think we should just hop into the next asset.
Okay.
So I want to show you the crafting system that they expanded on in the game. So right off the bat, you'll notice that it's much more akin to Minecraft, which I think is what a lot of us had in mind when No Man's Sky first came out. Basically, you get this device, you can put material in it, and it will transmute the material into a new type of material.
Okay.
So now you'll go around the world foraging, so you'll destroy, it's messing up again, I think. But you'll go around, you'll destroy things, you'll get you know, anything carbon, oxygen, stuff like that. And for those of you that remember, you do still need those materials because they will replenish your oxygen, they'll replenish your shields. But once you create a couple of new items that weren't in the game before, you get the option to create this device. And what this does is it marks the planet as yours. So you're gonna see, I go through some text here, and once the planet is marked as yours, it gives you a radius to build within, and it gives you a ton of crafting materials right off the bat. So right here it's marking all of my area.
You just marked your territory.
Yeah.
Like a dog.
I did. That's
You
exactly
just peed
what
all
I
over
did.
this planet.
Yeah, you get to do that in the game.
Do you?
No.
Oh,
That would have
man.
been awesome.
I'm like, this is my sky. Lift up his leg.
But you could see right here, right? Like there were no wooden walls or anything. And what I used to tell everybody about No Man's Sky when it first came out is I was like, man, this would be the greatest game ever if it was more like Minecraft. And I'm not even a huge Minecraft fan, but if I could explore planets and build a base how I want to build it, that would be awesome. And as you can see, they've added that functionality.
Nice.
Yep, you start off with just wooden planks, and you can make an open door, you can make a floor, you can make walls. So here, I'm just basically messing around with my first base ever, trying to create something. Now, I will say that there is one thing that I wasn't really fond of, and it's the controls, right? Like on an Xbox One, you just have the analog sticks. And you can see the pieces are kind of locking to each other.
Right.
But
Is it easier if you did first person though?
I didn't try that.
Yeah, I should have.
I don't.
I'm just kidding.
I should have. I don't think it
I'm
would
just
have.
curious because it's probably made as first person to begin with.
Maybe.
So
You'll notice though when I'm moving the blocks, sometimes they'll flash red when I'm nowhere near them, and when you try to place them when they're red, it'll say, "Can't place this. Player is inside the object," and it's like, no, man, I'm like 2 feet away from it, and you just have to kind of like keep wiggling around until you find the right spot. Like here, you can see that I'm trying to get things to lock into place. I will say that when you are making your, like right here, I just accidentally clicked when it was locked in to
And
make,
now you have an extension onto your house.
and
You're
so
like,
now I had to sit here and
I
figure
didn't
out
want a guest bedroom, dang it.
Exactly. Now I got to figure out how to get rid of it. It only gives me, I think, part of the resources back, not all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
That's
that
a
was
bummer.
frustrating. And the other thing that I do want to mention about the crafting system, as awesome as it is, I feel like I ran out of materials really quickly. I'd put up like 3 walls, and then I would need to go mine
Like,
more.
I gotta go and mine
carbon.
for another 5 hours.
Exactly, and it was a little bit frustrating. The other thing, I could just go on and on. It was really a lot of fun to play, but it had a couple of things that I would still change about it. The planet that it put me on as part of my quest, you can see the screen has this green glow around it, was toxic.
Ah, right on.
So I'd be building while I'm getting...
Miranda gas. That's what we call that.
I'd be building while it's raining poison on me. I lose my shields, I lose my health, I've got to go back out, get more material. But as I'm trying to do that, it's still raining poison on my character. I'm on the verge of death, so I need to get somewhere indoor, but I can't make my indoor building because I still need more materials. So I'd have to like dig out a cave, hang out in the cave until the rain just happened to pass before I could go out and
Right.
get more material.
Now,
So.
I mean, this is just the first of probably, I'd imagine it's going to be many, many updates, because I think
I
this
agree.
guy would, if I was him, I'd spend the rest of my life making it up to everybody, right?
For sure. Do we have time for me to tell you about one more thing?
Yeah,
Cool.
I think so.
Okay.
Do we, Miranda? Yeah, Miranda
Awesome.
says yes.
All right, cool.
I
So-
love Miranda. I know I'm messing with her a little bit today, but I love her. I couldn't do this show without her. I'm just gonna say that, Miranda. I want you to know that.
For sure.
I couldn't do this show without you, honestly.
All right, so in the game, you can also get freighters now instead of just normal starships. You get freighters much further into the game, so I didn't have a chance to get one, but just reading up on it a little bit, I do still want to keep playing the game. Apparently, you can get freighters, and in these freighters, you can park your starships. And then you can claim different planets and set up portals between them, so you can basically create like a space armada now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
That's a good. You had fun with that or what?
I didn't get a chance to get the freighter, but exploring different planets and colonizing them without, you know,
Right.
How we, yeah, without doing that, you know, it was pretty fun. It probably would have been more fun if I got to do,
Right?
The other
you know
one.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Just have little alien babies running around.
yeah. So you know, if Hello Games is watching this,
There's an idea.
You need to patch
DLC.
that in.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. I already know what DLC means, but I'm not gonna share it because we'll get flagged. Anyway, okay, awesome, man. Thanks for your time. Thanks for
man.
letting us know. So you
sure.
guys let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought. Is it worth it now? Is it something that you would invest money in again if you already sold the disc? Is it worth even your time? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna cut to another. Oh wait, are we cutting to a commercial? We're not. We are? We have to? We have to. Okay, we'll be right back after this commercial break. What's up, guys? And now we will end our show with a little game that Miranda and I played. I got Miranda on the couch, the lovely Miranda.
Hi.
Don't be mad at me for being so mean to you.
Yeah.
She's good people. I can't say enough good things about her. But
You can't really.
we played a game called Grab the Bottle.
Yes,
right?
we did. We did this on stream.
We
so
did.
There were some witnesses to this online.
And let's just take a look at Grab the Bottle real quick. So, Grab the Bottle, one of the first sentences I learned when I needed my mom to get me a 40-ouncer from the fridge. This is not that game.
No, it's not the dysfunctional version. I mean, it's weird.
Real simple controls, though.
Yeah.
Basically, you
play
play as Fester Adams, it seems like, and you have to be. You're in your crib, and you got to travel your hand, right?
Yeah, your hand is infinitely long. It's almost like being in a weird dream.
Yeah, like that baby has issues. Like getting him his bottle should be the least of his worries. Someone needs to call a hospital, a doctor.
This is just another version of John Malkovich. Is all I can think of when you watch this.
And that's the whole. You gotta dodge these obstacles. If you hit your hand, you go back, right?
Yeah, and you can only take so many hits before before you lose.
Yeah, and then you have to start the level over, you know? Grab the bottle. Other times you have to get those like pacifiers. So you'll see in the right-hand corner, there's 2 pacifiers you need to get.
Well, the bottle itself will have like a shield on it, and so you've got to grab the pacifiers in order to be able to grab the bottle. This makes no sense. If you were to explain this game to somebody without showing them the visual, they would think you were talking about some weird drink.
It's almost like, you know what? This is like if Dhalsim was a baby from Street Fighter.
There you go,
He just had to like yoga flame.
This is just his childhood.
There's other, you have like a rewind.
Yeah, there's weird objects you can grab that'll cause you to go backwards in the course, because you're just traveling at one steady speed, always going forward, and you have to just steer it.
Right.
And then different objects can allow you to go in reverse or not, such as this one. Did I mention this game's really weird? What was it? Is it $5?
I don't remember exactly how much it cost.
I think it's like a $5 game.
We did have some fun moments. Well, I'm gonna, for time's sake, I'm not gonna put the music stuff on because we got to get done with this show. We're already over. But just trust me, it's the same song every stage. It never changes, okay? But what I will do is show you guys just some highlights of our stream that we did. So let's put those on there. Bottle.
Oh. Very uncomfortable.
Oh, I see. The door was your. You had to bring it back? Okay, you just. Oh, nice. That's really weird.
Oh, I'm a baby.
Oh,
I touched my.
well, you're not getting it now.
They're gonna have to be incorporated somehow. All right. Back to bottle grabbing.
Paul is a Patreon.
You got this.
Thank
now
you.
that you're taking a little break.
All right.
You're ready to take that one?
Pretty much the word. No, then you turn around. You would have.
I can't. Miranda, I can't.
Is this over?
It's not over.
I can't believe you just did that, dude.
Yes! Give me that bottle.
That was awesome.
So that was, we had some laughs, right, Dylan?
Right.
We had some laughs, man. So it's $5 on the PS4, maybe cheaper on Steam, I'm not sure. Maybe it's more expensive. You know how it is on consoles, it's always more expensive. So that's our mini review there of Grab the Bottle. Not much more to say.
No, not really. I mean, you know the price. It's a weird party game if you want to creep out your friends or just say, hey, this is fun. Probably worth it for that.
So that's all, guys. We have to end this show. Thank you so much. Again, if you're watching this on TV, get over to YouTube, leave us a comment, and if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell your grandma, tell your sister, tell your brother. Grab the person's phone next to you, hit subscribe. We got to get the word out.
Don't forget
you can cancel the show.
Well, we don't want that.
We don't want that.
And you can also be the comment of the week.
Yeah, don't forget to put comment. We will pick the best comment this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.